Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka Jort Center.
Jort Center, that's our new favorite.
AKA the Panty Pods.
AKA Two Guys, No Disguise.
AKA One Table, Two Mabels.
AKA Sklars and No Real Girl.
Ooh, I love it. We are here. We're at our buddy Dan Van Kirk's place. We have all contact traced ourselves, and we're all good. We're all part of the same pod, and we've been doing Dumb People Town with him and getting some Patreons in, so we love that. If you're follow this podcast, you will love that podcast too. Sometimes there's some crossover of some stories, but we do them in different ways, and we have different takes, and we love that too. Got some great stories today. Want to jump right on into it.
Absolutely.
With this one right here. Masks and face coverings. I will say this from the get-go. They are recommended. I'm just going to tell you, it's not difficult to make a mask. If you have a rag at home.
I bought this mask because my friend is making it from Aviator USA. My buddy who makes awesome sweatshirts, Colby. They started making these. I have it. It wasn't too expensive. I'm so happy that I have it. It's very easy. I like it, actually.
Clothing stores are putting together and doing, masks, but these masks are things that you can wash very easily, and I use the Buff USA stuff. It's just important, especially if you're going into supermarkets and stuff, you're going to interact with people, you're not staying at home, you got to wear a mask.
I put it on par with wearing a seatbelt.
Yep.
That's what it is. It's a new thing.
If you're someone who doesn't wear a seatbelt, you're an idiot. I mean, yeah, you cannot wear a seatbelt, but you could also die in a car crash. That may not even be your fault. Masks, I would say, are more important than seatbelts, but it's the same general concept. There's a point in time where, like, when we were kids in carpool, we'd sit in the way back where you, like, put your groceries today, like in the
There was a seat facing backwards in the car.
And there was no
seatbelt.
No.
Just bouncing around back there.
But masks are important, okay? That's just the deal. I don't start.
But not everybody gets the mask face covering thing right.
And this is a story that illustrates that. A customer at a Southern California grocery store chose to wear what appeared to be, and I saw the pictures, it is a Ku Klux Klan hood throughout his shopping trip and ignored the staff's requests for him to remove it.
So I'm going to say this right now.
Supermarket.
This is going to show my ignorance towards a group of ignorant people.
Right.
But it should be Clue. It should be Ku Klux Klan.
I hate to say it.
You got two L's going. It's like almost alliteration in the right way, but
like
because
people
the L's in the second and the third
I had a
one,
hard time saying it.
Ku Klux Klan. I don't even know why it's Ku.
It's KKK.
I don't want to know. KKK, fine. We hear that and we hate it.
It should be Clue. Like all right, anyway. Mask, not a hood. You stupid, racist, hardened piece of dog's feces. Now, in San Diego.
So I knew this wasn't LA. I knew this was going to be a different. So
San Diego County Sheriff's Department is looking at the incident and could pursue criminal charges. Yeah. Even if you weren't trying to show your allegiance to the KKK, a group that these days, with this president in office, is starting to feel more emboldened and empowered than ever.
Agreed. And what I'm trying to say is, even if it's a joke, like if this is a joke and you're like that kind of guy who's like, all right, let me get a rise out of people. All right, I'll consider it, but then you got to come forward and prove that it was a joke.
Even if you didn't know, you're just like, I don't know, and I don't have a mask, so I'm going to put this pillowcase over my head, and then I'm allowing for you to make the mistake, as it were, but like you can't just slip a pillowcase on and go to Trader Joe's.
Right. Like you have to have a
mirror in your house to see what you look like, to see that you look like you're part of the Ku Klux Klan.
It's not like you're driving your car and you don't know what you look like.
Yeah. You have mirrors in your I'm assuming you have mirrors in your car.
You'll see yourself in the window of the store when you walk in.
And people will notice this. All right. The customer was photographed by shoppers at the Vaughn's grocery store in Santee. And I guess we should talk about Vaughn's right now.
So there are, in Southern California, there are two
supermarket chains. Vaughn's.
VONS.
Very good produce.
Yeah, it's solid. Solid.
You walk in the store, you're like,
I wouldn't say it's a
good.
great store. I think it's a good store.
It's good. It's not Whole Foods, but it's good. Then there is John's.
JONS.
Way lower rent.
Way worse.
Way worse. Like the the Johns, there's like a triangle in the middle that kind of makes it look like a V.
Right. So
like they named it Johns so that people would think that maybe it was just a weird Vons.
and they're trying to trick you into thinking that you're going into a
You
Vons
should never get people to shop at a supermarket
using trickery.
Trickery.
Yeah, because once they're in there, they're going to be like, gee, what? When did this
turn into the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul? I don't understand. You're like, wow, was that just a bat that flew in there? I saw wings and teeth.
I don't
and
want to be
fur.
When did Mr. T develop a line of salad dressings?
I don't know, but his 700 Island is very enticing.
Delicious.
It's 29% pimento.
Which is just the right amount. Turns out to be the right amount of pimento.
And the truth is, look, I pity the fool who doesn't put this on their salad.
Thank you very much.
Customers photographed by shoppers at a Vons in Santee last weekend and not shouted at by shoppers like, hey, can we get a price check for the Grand Wizard on aisle 3? No, he wants white bread.
No wheat, pure white bread.
An image of the person bagging fruit in the produce department while wearing the white hood.
I don't understand.
How is this guy eating fruit? I can't believe he's actually eating something that...
Yeah, it seems like the kind of guy that subsists only on like Cheetos, like flame Cheetos.
Face fully covered except for 2 holes around the eyes. Was shared by San Diego's Anti-Defamation League regional director, Tammy Gillies. I can't believe he doesn't have, in my opinion, like a lowly woman or a person of color to do his shopping for him. What a loser Aryan.
He's the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
The picture of I'm looking at the picture.
That's a different, well, that's actually a different guy. I thought that was him, but that's a person who licked another person. That was
okay. Oh, yeah.
He looks like Steve Fisher suffering from IBS, but there's a different guy. We don't know what his face looks like. Of course, when you look at the picture of the guy, and I've seen the picture of the guy, he is like a fat piece of garbage wearing a camouflage shirt. Like
That's why they have to wear sheets.
Like this idiot.
Most of the Ku Klux Klan, they're fat.
The clue.
That's why they need, it should be clue.
Get a clue.
Get a clue. You're fat. That's why you wear a sheet.
Like this idiot would blend in anything. More like when he's in the store, he's so fat, people are like, when did this grocery store get an outdoor section?
I don't know.
Just seeing a lot of trees and stuff.
Tents.
He was just leaning on his cart with a big bottle of Wesson oil in the top just to grease down his man titties when they get sore, probably.
What an awful person.
The incident took place one day after health officials in the county ordered residents to wear face coverings in public.
So this is his big like, oh, you're going to tell me what to do?
Exactly.
You're going to tell me what I have to put on my face? Well, fine. You want me to cover my face? Here's how I'm going to cover my face. I'm going to make anyone who is a minority
you said I have to cover my face. That's what it is. Wrote on Facebook that several store employees repeatedly told him to take off the hood or leave. Melissa Hill, spokesperson for Vons, not John's, Vons. I would expect this at a John's, not a Vons.
Yeah. She called the incident alarming. Yeah, it is alarming.
Yeah.
It's alarming when someone's openly racist in the world.
Of course, he wouldn't take the hood off when people asked. He's ashamed how he looks underneath. This is all about his own self-image.
Right.
Also, he's probably the type of guy who said to everyone, these damn liberals are telling me what I can and can't do. That's what it is.
I'll show them.
This is an I'll show them moment, right? And then the dummy takes his hood off at the register, finally. That's the worst place to take it off, you idiot. You're right
that's
face to face with someone.
That is literally what they say. When you're at the grocery store, the one place that you need,
the mask.
Not just for your safety, because I'm positive this guy has COVID-19.
Exactly.
For the other people's safety, the people who have to work there. The people who are forced to be there to help us so that we can get food.
I mean, this is a guy taking the opportunity to just pull out his cross-burning hood. That's it.
Yeah. He's like, I don't get to wear this that much now that we can't gather and such.
Images of Saturday's incident in Santee, which have circulated around social media, have invoked an entirely new sense of fear for minority residents.
That's right.
LA Times noted that this city has a history of racially motivated attacks and is known by its nicknames, Clanty.
Instead of Santee.
Clanty and Santucky.
Well, that's just a jab at
That might not be fair. Kentucky has a Democratic governor.
Yes,
there you go. So this is consistent with the area.
Yeah, so by the way, if you were walking around going like, hey, Sklars, you're attacking a guy who had a leftover ghost hood from Halloween and you're just...
No, this is consistent with the area. So we're not doing that. No matter how much the mayor and the town and the other officials try to downplay it. In every picture, this a-hole is leaning on his cart, by the way.
He can't even walk 5 feet.
He can't even stand.
He's so out of shape and
back
fat.
up from the straight. Yeah. can't lift his back fat up off the cart. Like wandering around slowly at a Vons supermarket is too much physical activity for this guy. He needs to lean over and catch his breath. Or
maybe he has to save his energy for the bricks he's going to throw through black people's windows.
yeah, you got to do that, man.
That's
Come
what
on.
you're going to do?
Leave it to the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm calling him Clue from now on.
To take COVID-19 precautions as an opportunity to fly their racist white flag.
Right. Like it just so happens, like coincidentally, their modus operandi, like they're so ashamed. They have to hide think about that. Your racism is so bad that you have to hide your identity. That's
even
who you are.
You can't have your face out there.
And they're like, oh, well, it works out now. Works out for
hey,
COVID-19.
by the way, if you were right and you think you're right, show your face, dummy.
Yeah.
The mundane shopping is probably the most disturbing thing to me. The fact that he's picking up fruit and Wesson oil. Imagine if you're the person who has to check that douchebag out. I couldn't do it.
I would just keep beeping the same thing over and over again and just get it up to like $300.
Exactly.
I'd be jack this dude up.
Your minute rice, sir, is here. Your minute.
Thank you.
Your minute.
Appreciate it.
There you go. We're going to take a break. That's our first story. We're down. Yeah, we're angry. Sometimes we get angry. Sometimes it's the mood we're in. But we get angry where we see fit.
That's right. We call it like we see it. If you don't like it, put your hood on and go listen to another podcast.
If you don't like it, get out of the Ku Klux Klan.
It should be Clue.
It should be Clue.
I'm going to look up what Clue means.
Dumbasses, it should be Clue. I don't care. I don't want to even give it the breath.
I don't want to know any
time.
more information.
Should be Clue, dummies.
Clue.
All right, we'll be back with more.
Get a Clue.
Sklar Country, the virus edition. No voicemail today. Just some great music from our friends, the band Detroit, Minneapolis. No longer a band, but we love them so much. They were our soundtrack from the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s. We'll be back right after this with a crazy story about the great Elon Musk and his girlfriend and mother and baby mama Grimes. We'll be right back.
Set, go. And he said, you gotta let the jello set.
Hey guys, want to talk to you about something super important because we care about you, our listeners. We know that everyone
You're going
has
through
sort
a
of
lot.
low-level anxiety in our lives. Some people have high anxiety in their daily lives. Well, now we have the world's anxiety on top of that anxiety, and it is a tough time. You need to reach out to someone. If you're sequestered alone, these are tough times. You want to have someone to relate to, someone to talk to. If you are sequestered with your family and you are quarantined with them, that can be difficult too. And sometimes you need to talk to someone who's not in your family so you can deal with your feelings and your emotions. I know this deeply because my wife is a therapist and I've watched her business grow over this time because people are needing it.
You need that
That is
outlet.
why I love this sponsor. We're grateful that they're sponsoring us, but we think they're providing, in addition to that, a very important service, Talkspace Therapy.
I love that it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and Talkspace is right there as an online therapy that is more committed than ever to expanding the access to support for anyone who is struggling. With Talkspace, you get the support of a licensed therapist from the safety of your home, which is important. You can stay home, stay at home and not go out, and it can reach out from your device whenever something is on your mind. So you can send your therapist texts, audio, picture, or video messages from your phone or computer 24/7 as much as you need to. Everything happens within Talkspace's secure platform, all on your schedule. This is a big deal. Talkspace matches you with a licensed therapist based on your needs and preferences.
And as soon as they do, you can have therapy that day.
That's right. They have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including the most important right now, anxiety, depression, and relationship issues. And like Jay said, it matches you with the therapist. You can get started that day. So it is now. There's no time lag as far as that goes. In honor of Mental Health Month, Talkspace Online Therapy is committed to fostering a global community of around the importance of mental health. And while we may not be able to shake hands or high five or hug right now or gather in solidarity, we can reach out for support. So
That's
I love
right.
this. This crisis has reminded us that we're all vulnerable and it's okay to reach out for support. Again, Mental Health Awareness Month wants you to take the step right now to get yourself healthy and get yourself mentally healthy. The bottom line is you deserve support. You don't have to struggle on your own, and your Talkspace therapist can be your dedicated support system there to help you feel healthier and more empowered. We love you guys. We want you to feel this way in these uncertain circumstances. And as listeners of our podcast, you can get $100 off your first month of Talkspace. To match with your perfect therapist, just go to Talkspace.com or download the app.
Use the code Sklar.
Yeah, it lets them know. First of all, you get $100 off if you use the code Sklar
That's
on your first month.
SKLAR.
And it will show you support the show. That's Sklar and Talkspace.com. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Want to mention we are putting new content up all the time on our YouTube page. If you go to YouTube and type in Sklar Country, subscribe to that right there.
If you're sitting at home right now listening to this and saying, hey, I wonder what the Sklars look like. I want to see the anger in their eyes.
That's right. I want to watch them do this. Go there. We have all the video, full episodes of the podcast up there. Then we have episodes of Cheap Seats. We're putting up new episodes every week. So we're getting the whole catalog on there. We found a treasure trove of great old
stand-up,
an
old
hour
web
of us
series.
doing stand-up in 2009, old web series. We're going to get back on tops. We're going to throw that on there, held up, that with great people. We put the trailer up today. Good stuff. So I want you to check it out. It's youtube.com and look up Sklar Country in the search engine. You'll find us, subscribe. Boom. Spend some time on there and have some fun. All right, you ready for a crazy story?
I love this
Are you
story.
ready for this story?
I
Now,
am ready.
I don't know why I love this Elon Musk Grimes new baby story as much as I do, but I just do, Jay.
I kind of, so there's so many details about it. Let's just get into it because
Elon Musk,
an indie
which-
rock singer Grimes.
how has he not come up with his own?
He needs
a male scent.
yes.
A
Elon
cologne
Musk.
called the Elon Musk. And like, it doesn't have a thing like the sides of it flip up this
like
way.
you
All
take a remote and it goes,
right. So
and it sprays out of both sides.
So Elon Musk and indie rock singer Grimes, and I'm a Grimes fan, had a baby.
There you go.
And
Of course, they tweeted it like right away.
It had
you
to
don't
get
need
tweeted right.
You don't need to tweet it the minute the baby comes
just
out.
like Neil Young, you don't have to make a song about Katrina the weekend that Katrina
Baby's
hits.
going to look better in 2 days. I'm
Right.
telling you right now.
That's
After
right.
having
and
babies.
by the way, their baby is really cute.
adorable.
Adorable baby. No need to just give it a few days.
Take a day. Think about what you want to say about it.
Draft a cool, by the way, nobody's going to be like, how come Elon Musk and Grimes didn't send a picture of their baby 2 hours after it was born?
So, but also, if you're Elon Musk, Grimes is the one doing the pushing. You could take that whole labor time and devote it to drafting a tweet.
Yeah, draft a cool tweet to let the world know that the new super child that was born will probably one day run the planet of Mars.
Thank you.
Elon Musk just corrected his girlfriend Grimes' explanation of their son's elaborate name.
The name is so insane.
I should not know that he just corrected her. How did that happen? We'll explain it all to you
but
right now.
she, of course, wasn't that impressed with his editing, which I also kind of love.
Musk, 48. That's our age. So he's our age and way, way, way more successful.
So I think I read
He'll
that
ever
he
be.
was when he was 28, he was a billionaire. 38, he was like he was a millionaire at 28.
Isn't it?
1 billion at 38. He's at like 48 billion now.
All right. So
We've
this
done-
is all we got. I mean, to be able to make fun of this very public spat over something that's very small and at the same time, in my opinion, kind of big.
Yes.
So Musk took to Twitter on Tuesday to point out a typo in Grimes' breakdown of the baby's name, which is XAEA-12. Wait, what?
Why would you do that on Twitter? Why would you take that very
I know
personal
she's not his wife, and maybe that's the distinction, Jay. She's
Right.
his girlfriend, not his wife. But like,
Do they? I'm assuming they follow each other on Twitter. This
That's
could be a DM moment.
this would be a DM situation.
No,
What
you-
if Musk followed Grimes, but Grimes didn't follow Musk?
She might not follow him now. She might not follow him anymore.
How awkward would that be? If they were married, they'd have to follow each other.
That's obligation. You have to.
In Grimes' original tweet, she had explained that the A12 part of their son's name is the precursor to the SR-17, and in parentheses, our favorite aircraft.
Look,
I just love that they have a favorite aircraft, Jay. The fact that they both ridden on so many aircraft, and I think it is aircraft, plural.
yes, that they can say with certainty that they not only do they have a favorite, but they share a favorite.
Right. That it's
Pretty remarkable.
Collectively, like I couldn't tell you.
It's so down to earth.
I couldn't
So
tell.
it's actually the opposite of down to earth, but it is kind of down to earth.
Certainly something you would name your kid after is your shared love of a certain aircraft.
Private aircraft.
Yeah, something that when you see your baby, you want to be reminded of the aircraft that you and your husband love so much.
Even though he's not her husband, boyfriend.
Just peering into the eyes of this cherubic being that we created through our love for each other makes me think of one thing.
What is that?
The plush leather on our favorite private jet. Musk wrote SR-71, but yes, correcting her.
So it was an SR-17. Ooh, that stings. That is like when Randy's wife says to him,
My wife says to me, do you get the emails? I'm like, oh,
it's on.
It is on.
Do you get the emails?
On. Yeah.
Do you get the emails is such...
Do you get the emails is loaded with, you clearly get the emails and you didn't read them or didn't pay attention to them. SR-71, but yes, that is so much shade.
Oh my God.
So much shade.
You don't even need to put on sunscreen after that one. You're living in shade.
She said SR-17 and he said SR-71. Like any of us give a shit.
That is classic Musk.
You got musked.
You got
musked, Grimes.
You got musks.
Don't be calling our kid none of that whack-ass SR-17 bullshit. He's straight 71, yo.
SR-17 is our 5th favorite aircraft.
And you know that, honey.
How
or do you not
dare
know
you?
that? Or do you not know that, honey?
Do you get the emails about the aircrafts?
These are the things that people who have so much goddamn money that they don't know what to do with it discuss. SR-17 versus SR-71. This is what she said. No weapons, no defense, just speed. Great in battle, but non-violent.
That's what she wrote.
I like her reasoning. That's what she thought. But SR-71. But yes, you're right about all that stuff, honey. But
so their
it's
son is
SR-71.
great in battle, but not violent?
How do you know that your son is great in battle? He could be a total SR-72.
Terrible in battle
And
very violent.
and not speedy at all.
Yes. We don't know.
Let the kid grow before you determine what kind of SR he is.
I mean, now I'm like,
I don't even know what kind of aircraft you guys, do you even have the favorite that's the same? I'm starting to question all these things.
I'm doubting their relationship.
So Grimes was too. She was not happy that Musk publicly corrected her. He probably went back and forth. Like,
Right, meanwhile, they're probably
should
sitting-
I correct her? It's not the SR-17. It is the SR-17.
meanwhile, this is all happening like a foot away from each other, like in their
He's like,
house.
you just hear him going tick, 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 tick. I'm sure the 5 people in this world, Jay, who would know the difference between these two aircrafts and would know why it's such an egregious error that Grimes,
Which, by the way,
called it the SR-17 versus the SR-71, could be group texted by Elon Musk if he said, hey, by the way, my girlfriend screwed it up.
So go after him, Grimesy.
So
Fight back.
Grimes fired back. Again, not face to face. This is all
Even though
stuff
they're
that,
probably
like,
sitting right next to each other, not talking to each other.
this is all stuff that like we can see, that I can see. Again, not face to face, on Twitter. The way all postnatal discussion should happen on Twitter, not face to face. She says, quote, I am recovering from surgery and barely alive, so may my typos be forgiven, but damn it. Damn it is right.
So, by the way, that's why the baby looks so good. C-section.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm just saying right now, she's right.
She said that was meant to be profound. She added of her original explanation. X, the unknown variable X, AE, my elven spelling of AI, love, and or artificial intelligence. Wow. A minus -12, the precursor to the SR-17, our favorite aircraft, but it's really SR-71. No weapons, no defense, just speed, great in battle, but non-violent. Plus, A equals Archangel, my favorite song. X equals something metal rat. This sounds like Seinfeld's old bit about cab drivers. Yes, officer, his name was Amal, and then the symbol for boron.
No, I'm sure it wasn't manganese. I had the periodic chart with me at the time.
Have you seen Seinfeld's new Netflix special?
I have
there
to, I
are
have to.
parts of it that are so, when he gets it right and Seinfeldy, it is so
Beautiful.
good. It is so beautiful. There's like, he does a whole thing about the buffet that is just the buffet in Vegas about just, it's just wonderful. There's like a couple of moments and I'm just like so happy that he's doing it and happy that he did it. Anyway, brilliant. Jay, your son's name is Liev, and it is a beautiful name for a beautiful kid, but you know you have screwed him over for life. Like, people will not be able to pronounce his name. He's going to constantly take it from a guy whose real name is Farrell. People don't know that. Farrell Randall Sklar. People don't
They're
know.
already screwing up Sklar. We
Right.
get Skylar.
So you were like, I'm going to now screw it. What
Liev. So
people call him Liv. People call him Leave.
Which he
People
doesn't-
call him Levi.
Yes.
People like no one can do Liev.
Yeah.
Leave is terrible because then it's like get out of here.
Right.
So, but the idea that you didn't call your son AEX12 SR7, whatever the
Equals
whatever the hell
SR-71.
the kid's name is, I'm recovering surgery and barely alive, so may typins be forgiven, damn it. That is straight up, don't talk to me.
That's shade
That
right
is
back.
like, we're never going to have sex ever again. Musk softened his tone in the next reply, writing, "You are a powerful fairy emoji and queen emoji." You can actually say what she is.
Yeah.
You don't have to use emojis. Translation, I'm hoping my last tweet won't prohibit me from parking my own SR-71 into your hangar.
If you know what I mean.
As for the rest of the unusual moniker, it's
such a weird name. Look, I get that he's a weird guy, and I get that she's a pop singer and an alt, like, she's not even a pop singer. She's like
she's an indie rock singer.
singer.
The Tesla founder shared photos of the baby boy later that day. Again, you do not have to do this that day.
What are your odds, Rand, that this baby comes out normal?
Including one shot of the swaddled tot with a filter that puts tattoos over his eyes in another picture. Musk looks down at the child with his... All right, you don't need to put a filter on this baby. Why are we putting a filter on the baby before it's several hours old? You are already filtering this child.
Yes.
You've given it a name, XAEA-12. You are not, and you're putting filters on the thing.
Too much stuff.
While the name XAEA-12 is technically legal, a family law attorney recently told People magazine that it won't be accepted by the state of California no matter what. So you're not going to be able to call him this.
It's
That may be a nickname.
Yeah, his nickname is David.
I say, dude, call him Fred. You know what I mean? Just up and call
Phil.
him an old name, Philip. In California, you can only use 26 characters in the English language in your baby's name, David Glass said Wednesday. Thus, you can't have numbers, Roman numerals, accents, umlauts, or other symbols or emojis, although an apostrophe for a name like O'Connor is acceptable. And that's just the type of thinking that's not going to get us to Mars.
XAEA-12.
His birth certificate is submitted as is. It's sure to be rejected. And Grimes and Musk must be able. They are going to have to resubmit it.
I think more paperwork. And they're not going to resubmit it. Their assistants will resubmit it.
And that's what it is.
Name the kid Fred.
They have an opportunity to appeal the rejection of the birth certificate application. You know, it's Elon Musk. He's got all the money. He's got deep pockets.
Oh yeah, he's not going to appeal this at all.
He's going to appeal it and appeal it and appeal it and appeal it until he finally gets it to go through. By the way, this sounds like the name of the aircraft you would take to Mars. The XAEA-12.
Yes. And the AE are right on top of each
Meanwhile,
other.
I can't tell you enough how many great things Musk has done, how much I like Grimes' music, and how many great things Musk has done for technology and all that stuff. I think, listen, I can't tell you how badly I want a Tesla.
Yeah.
I mean, those cars are unbelievable. This dude has done unbelievable things.
He's made an affordable Tesla now.
Right. But I'm just going to say, he is, I feel like, and we can maybe blame it on the new parenting. Didn't recently he said something like, coronavirus isn't that big of a deal. People should just tough it out. I was like, hey,
all right.
That's what you want to say to people, you know.
I don't think you need to say that.
You don't.
Look, you're bringing a kid into this world. Let's make it a safe world for this kid.
Let's go back to, like, at that point, you're like, let's go back to watching the wing doors on your car open up. All right, of the X-type.
XEI-12. Just do that.
Same thing with the baby name. Just show us the screen of your S-type. You know, that screen that's the whole thing. And just show us that. And, you know, it's dope.
Yes.
But we're reminded of all the great things that you now have to go back and remind everybody of all the great things you've done.
It's like Sam Jackson in like Capital One commercial. It's like, go back and watch. He's so good in everything he does.
So good in everything he does. Jackie Brown, unbelievable. Go back and do that. All right, guys, that's it.
There you go.
Congratulations to Grimes and Elon Musk. Appreciate you guys and all the great stuff that you do, and good luck with your kid. It's going to be hard. Parenting is not something you can just.
You're already in your first fight over something, publicly on Twitter.
Good luck. Keep it in house, and for you guys out there, I want you to stay socially connected, but stay socially distanced.
Stay connected. Don't get infected.
Go punch a water faucet and go wash your hands. We love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.